Hello students, today we are doing the fifth kingdom that is given by R.H. Whittaker, that is animal kingdom. Before starting the animal kingdom, we will have to learn the basis of classification on which the animals are divided into various groups. So this is the phylum and the subphylum we will be learning, and those subphylum was made because on the basis of these classifications. So the classification was done on the 1, 2, 3 and 4 basis. The first one is level of organization. हमें एनिमल किंगडम में एनिमल्स को डिवाइड करने के लिए सबसे पहले उसका लेवल ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन चेक करना पड़ता है. And the level of organization means whether the organism is having a cellular level or they are having certain kind of tissues, organ or organ system. If an organism is having a cellular level only, as उसके पास से cells हैं और some group of cells हैं that are performing function differently, तो हम उसको cellular level में include करेंगे. And these are the simplest organism that is considered in the animal kingdom. और अगर उस ऑर्गेनिज्म के पास टिश्यू है और टिश्यू के बाद ऑर्गन्स हैं, ऑर्गन सिस्टम है, तो हम उस ऑर्गेनिजम्स को टिश्यू लेवल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में इंक्लूड करते हैं. देन वी हैव द जर्म लेयर. We have to see the germ layer. Like germ layer is layers which are present in the embryonic stage. So we consider the germ layer as the simplest layers from which the whole organism is formed. We have in the embryonic stage, animals have 3 germ layers, that is endoderm, mesoderm एंड एक्टोडर्म. हर ऑर्गेनिज्म के पास ये 3 जर्म लेयर होती हैं. एंड दीज 3 जर्म लेयर्स आर डिजाइंड लाइक अ ट्यूब विद इन अ ट्यूब. एक बड़ी ट्यूब लेते हैं, दिस इज एक्टोडर्म. देन देयर इज अनदर ट्यूब इनसाइड दिस ट्यूब, देयर इज दैट इज एक्ट एज अ मेसोडर्म, एंड देन देयर इज अनदर ट्यूब दैट एक्ट इनसाइड इट एज अ एंडोडर्म. So tube within a tube, these are the 3 layers that is present, and with this tube is going to make the gut, that alimentary canal, that is mouth to anus opening, this hollow tube, and the tube endoderm और ectoderm के बीच में जो रहता है वो mesoderm होता है. mesoderm यहाँ पर organs बनाता है. ये mesoderm है, ये body में सारे organs बनाता है. और जो endoderm है, जो सबसे अंदर वाली लेयर होती है, वो हमारी बॉडी का गट या एलिमेंट्री कैनाल बनाता है. और जो एक्टोडर्म होती है वो सबसे बाहर वाली लेयर होती है, जो हमारी बॉडी के स्किन, मसल्स और आउटर कवरिंग या बोन्स वगैरह बनाती है. तो हमारी बॉडी में ट्यूब के अंदर ट्यूब होता है. ट्यूब के अंदर ट्यूब में वी हैव दिस इंटरनल ट्यूब दैट इज एंडो, एंड देन मिडिल ट्यूब, एंड देन द आउटरमोस्ट ट्यूब. ये एम्ब्रियोनिक स्टेज में होती हैं और बाद में इनसे ऑर्गन्स और डिफरेंट स्ट्रक्चर्स बनते हैं. अगर किसी ऑर्गेनिज्म के पास इन 3 जर्म लेयर्स में से सिर्फ एंडोडर्म और एक्टोडर्म हो और उसमें मेसोडर्म एब्सेंट हो, तो उस ऑर्गेनिज्म को बोला जाता है डिप्लोब्लास्टिक. एंड इफ द ऑर्गेनिज्म इज हैविंग ऑल द 3 जर्म लेयर्स, these embryon at the embryonic stage, and then these germ layers convert into various organ and systems in the body, that type of organisms are called triploblastic organism. तो डिप्लोब्लास्टिक ऑर्गेनिज्म की कैटेगरी में सिंपल ऑर्गेनिजम्स आ जाते हैं, और जब वो ऑर्गेनिज्म थोड़े बेटर होते हैं, लाइक अ बेटर वर्जन ऑफ द ऑर्गेनिज्म, दे आर कॉल्ड ट्रिप्लोब्लास्टिक बिकॉज दे हैव all the 3 germ layers present in their embryonic stage. When they grow up as an adult, then these germ layers will going to form the outer, inner and the gut covering or the body. So this is all about the 2 bases of the classification. इन दोनों के basis पे हम classify कर देते हैं. अगर हमें इनसे better कुछ और classify करना है, then we have another, that is the symmetry of the organism. The symmetry is the plane in which the organism can be divided into different parts. Like if an organism, let's divide this, let's understand the symmetry. In the symmetry means to divide organism into 2 equal parts. And by what plane we have to do this, that decides the symmetry of organism. Symmetry के basis पे organisms are divided into three types, that is asymmetrical organism, a radial symmetrical organism, and a bilateral symmetrical organism. Like we talk about the amoeba. If this is an amoeba, this is a nucleus. An amoeba is an irregular organism, and if you want to divide this organism into two halves, you can divide it like this, you can divide it like this, or this, by any plane. So if you follow any plane to divide the organism into two equal halves, then that organism is having an asymmetrical symmetry, right? And now we talk about radial symmetry. What is radial symmetry? In this, organism is divided into two equal halves from any plane. In this you cannot divide equally, like any plane you divide organism, but that two organism will not be divided equally. For example, if we follow this plane, then this will be the shape of amoeba this side, and this will be the shape of amoeba this side. That is not equal. So asymmetrical is you cannot divide it from any of the plane, you cannot divide it. But in the radial symmetry, if you follow any of the plane, like x-axis, y-axis, or any axis, the organism will be divided equally. Like for example, if we talk about starfish, right? This is a kind of organism, starfish. And if we divide the organism like this, we divide it into two equal halves, and you divide it into this, you divide it into two equal halves. So in this case, you can divide organism from any plane. वो बराबर कट जाएगा, दोनों तरफ equal part में रहेगा. लेकिन अगर हम bilateral symmetry की बात करें, तो bilateral symmetry ऐसा symmetry होता है जिसमें organism, like we talk about a human. This is the structure of human. This is like this is arms and a body, and they have legs, right? If you want to divide this organism, this human, into two equal halves, so can we do it like this? Can we do it like this? No. If we divide it, then the head portion will upward and the leg portion will be downward. You cannot divide the organism into two equal halves. That's not equal halves. And if we divide from this organism from the center, only then you can divide the organism into two equal halves. So this is like the plane is fixed. If you divide it from here, only then two equal halves will be formed. Otherwise, this way or that way you cannot divide. Now the bilateral symmetry is to divide the organism in the fixed plane, from the fixed plane. That symmetry is called bilateral symmetry. Most of the organisms have bilateral symmetry. And now the third base of classification is coelom cavity. As we have done about the germ layer, so this coelom cavity is the body cavity. This is called the body cavity, means the cavity in which the organs are adjusted in the organism. Coelom cavity is also known as body cavity, right? So as we have done, this is a ectoderm, outermost layer of the organism. In the embryonic stage, जब organism बनने लगता है, zygote के बाद, वो cellular structure के बाद बनने लगता है, तो उसमें तीन layers होती हैं, ectoderm, mesoderm और endoderm. तो coelom cavity is ectoderm, endoderm, and the middle one is mesoderm. So if we talk about the mesoderm is going to fill this cavity. When the mesoderm grows, it fills this cavity in this organs. Like mesoderm converts into organs. Various organs are formed by the mesoderm. So this mesoderm will make the body cavity and fill the body cavity. This empty space is a body cavity, and mesoderm fill the body cavity with the body organs. So body cavity is called coelom cavity. And those organisms that have this coelom cavity are called coelomates. And those who do not have coelom cavity are called acoelomates. And those who have this coelom cavity but is of no use, that is called pseudocoelomates. So there are so many organisms that are coelomates. Most of the organisms you will see are coelomates, but there are few that are pseudocoelomates. They have body cavity but is of no use. Thank you. Now look for this chart. In this chart, we can see the different bifurcations on the basis of the classification we have done, and we have divided the organism into different classification. Animal kingdom is divided into two groups, cellular level or tissue level. And those who belong to cellular level, they are porifera. We'll discuss about the basic characteristics of these organisms. Porifera. And the organisms having tissue level of organization, those who are having radial symmetry, they are called coelenterata. And those who are having bilateral symmetry, they are further classified into three categories. That is, if they have body cavity, if they have false body cavity, or if they do not have any body cavity. Those who do not have body cavity but they belong to bilateral symmetry category, they are platyhelminthes. They are a kind of organism, worm-like organisms. And those who have a body cavity but is of no use, these type of organisms are categorized as a name of nematoda. And those who have the body cavity, well developed body cavity, and they have the organ systems also in their body, they are these organisms: annelid, mollusk, echinodermate, hemichordate and chordate. I want to tell you all these, that these organisms we are dividing on the basis of classification. In this, there are the basic difference between the animal we have done is invertebrata and the vertebrata. These are the basic, the organisms which do not have the backbone and the organisms which have the backbone. So in the vertebrates, we further divide. Vertebrates, the chordates are categorized into vertebrate, and the rest of the organisms are all invertebrate because they do not have backbone in their embryonic stage or as well as when they become adult. So chordates are the organism, they have a vertebral column, and that is a notochord at the embryonic stage, and that converts into backbone in the adulthood. Now let's start with the first organism, that is poriferas. Now the poriferas are also called pore bearing animals. So they are actually animals but they don't look like animals. आप इन्हें देखोगे तो आपको ऐसा लगेगा नहीं कि ये animals हैं, but they are the simplest multicellular organism. और इनकी बॉडी के ऊपर पूरे पोर्स होते हैं, नॉन मोटाइल होते हैं, मीन्स दे आर फिक्स्ड टू सबस्ट्रेटम. ये फिक्स नीचे सरफेस पे जिस तरह प्लांट रूट्स के साथ फिक्स होते हैं, दे आर ऑल्सो फिक्स टू सबस्ट्रेटम and they are marine. You will find them in the sea water or deep under the sea, and you will not able to see these organisms on the land. So they are the simplest or the most primitive organism, animal kingdom animals. They don't have any mouth but they have small pores in the body. If you make the structure, they are something like this kind of structure they have. They have small pores on their body and they have one big hole. This big hole on the upper side is called osculum, and there are small pores, these are like called ostia. Ostias के through water goes in and the osculum, through osculum the water goes out. This is how they take their nutrition. They don't have any kind of organ in the body. These are just the cells arranged, simple cellular layer, and they absorb the nutrition with this method. They capture food from the water through these pores, and they are also known as sponges, or we call them bath sponges. So you can understand how the simplest organism look like. You will find them in the under the sea like this, and they are basically in the primitive like previous years. Their old people used to use this animals when they get dried up, they taken out of the water, they are used as a bath sponges. That is why they are called bath sponges. Here they used to wash or take baths, scrub their body. Second phylum is Coelenterata, that is Cnidaria. Now this is having a tissue level of organization. It means a little better organism than the porifera. They are also marine animal. You will find them in the sea. Lives in colonies or solitary. You will find them in the single organism also, or they live in the groups. As we have seen the corals under the sea, they are nothing but the dead bodies or the shells of Coelenterata. They have tentacles on the body. The structure of the Coelenterata would be something like this kind of. They have a tentacles. You must have seen the hydra. So these tentacles are having some stinging cells on them. So these stinging cells secrete the poison when they act like a whip. When they act like a whip, they hit the prey and kills it, and from this is the mouth of the hydra, from where it engulfs that prey. So the tentacles is the special feature that Coelenterata have. The body is two layered, like this body layer, and this is another layer by present in the gastrovesophageal body cavity, we called it. This body cavity has a empty space in it that you called it a coelentron. And this, the example of coelenterata is hydra and the jellyfish. In you see the in the hydra, you see the tentacles are on the upward side, right? But when you see the jellyfish is having the tentacles on. This is the main body of the jellyfish, and the tentacles are like hanging downward side. So this is the basic difference, but otherwise they all belong to the coelenterata category. Now we move further for the next third level, that is platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes means, platy means flat, and helminthes word goes for worms. All the worms have a name helminthes attached to them. Now these are also called flatworms, and these are a better organism, a little better, a little complex organism than the previous one. And they are small soft body organism, and their body is flat. Flat means their body is like ribbon like, as you have seen the ribbon is flat, so they are ribbon like body, and they are unsegmented, no segmentation, no marking on their body, they are very clean body. Acoelomates means their body, they do not have any body cavity, like they are triploblastic, they have 3 germ layers, but they do not develop the body cavity into it. And the symmetry they have is a bilateral symmetry. Like if we make any of the worm like this, you cannot cut the worm into 2 equal halves like this. So if we want to cut it into 2 equal, then the plane should be fixed, like you have to cut it from the center only. So they have a bilateral symmetry. And the important thing is their alimentary canal is incomplete. Alimentary canal incomplete means they have only one opening, that is mouth, but no anus for the excretion. So what they take from the mouth is excreted from the mouth. The intake of the food and excretion is done by the symbol. So this kind of alimentary canal is called incomplete alimentary canal. They are mostly parasites, means when they live in the other body organisms body, they cause harm to them, they take nutrition from them, and they causes disease also. The important example of platyhelminthes is planaria and the tapeworm. Next is Aschelminthes. We call them nematode or the roundworms. So they are also the worms, as the name says, helminthes, but they are a long cylindrical body. They are not flat, their body is cylindrical shape, but they do the same, they don't have any segments on their body. We call them unsegmented worms. The only organism or the phylum that are pseudocoelomates are these nematodes, but they have the complete alimentary canal, like they have mouth as well as anus for the excretion. And the same worms all are parasite in nature, they are parasitic in nature, so they cause disease when present in the body. They are triploblastic, they have the 3 germ layers in them, that is endoderm, again mesoderm and ectoderm, but the mesoderm make the body cavity but do not form the organ in it. Mesoderm, the body cavity is formed but the organs are absent, so we call them pseudocoelomates. So these two terms are related to each other. There is one worm that is called a filarial worm. This worm is when got into the skin, they cause elephantiasis. That is also known as, in the common language we call them elephant foot, in which the foot becomes like the size of elephant foot, so swollen like the elephant foot. So this is caused by the filarial worm, and another example is a hookworm. So these are called roundworm. Now the next organisms are called annelids. Annelids are also known as segmented worms, as they have segmentations on their body. Their body is long, cylindrical, and they have a metameric segments on it. Metameric segments means that their body is having a regular interval, segments at the regular interval on their body, as you can see in the earthworm. It's the best example to understand. उसके ऊपर it periodically, like it is repeated gaps or the segmentations made on this. This is called metameric segments. So metameric segments are present on their bodies, and they have a complete alimentary canal. They have mouth and they have anus and obviously they have well developed organ system also in their body. They are better organism than the previous one. Triploblastic organisms, and all the three layers are very well developed, and the body cavity is developed, and the organs are also developed in that body cavity. So they are coelomates and triploblastic. You will find these organisms mainly in the marine water, fresh water, or sometimes in the lands also, but on the moist soil, because they basically breathe through the moist skin. So when they found on the land, you will find, not on the dry soil, you will find them in the moist soil. The example of annelids are earthworm and leeches. As you can see, the leeches are also having segmentations on their body. So these are the segmented worms that can be parasitic in nature, and sometimes they are non-parasites also.